What is going on, guys? Snack God here, back to another video. Sorry for not uploading for like the last 3 weeks to a month. I have been kind of being really busy towards the last month of school. As you guys know, I graduate probably at the end of May, and so do a lot of schools out here in the Bay Area. And I'm kind of been caught up on a lot of last minute activities. Like, I'm trying to get everything done. I just got my license yesterday, so that's pretty good. So I can be able to drive around for videos now by myself. I can go do sneaker meetups more often, and I can go Costco more often by myself too. Unfortunately, I wish this would have been during the school year where we actually went into the school so that I could, drive my truck full of candy to school and stuff like that and set up, and probably would have made a good amount of money there. But you know what? We can't look at what we can't do, and we gotta look at what we can still do. So since I've been gone for a while now, let me give you a little catch up on what I've been doing, and then we'll continuing on with the main idea of this video, which is what I think of candy selling as of right now. All right, let's go. Okay, so the first 2 weeks that I've been gone, I was kind of heavily focusing on reselling a little bit more. I was basically just buying a lot more shoes and selling them. But then this last 2 weeks, and like 1 week and a half, I kind of slowed down a little bit because I was like practicing for my driver's test. I was studying for tests going on in school, and I didn't really have that much time to, make deals here and there and post stuff to sell. So these last week and a half has been dry, but I still been making money of other ways, which we'll get into that. So first week and a half where I've been absent, buying a bunch of shoes. If you guys check out our account, WC Hype, I'm just gonna put it in the corner here. I bought some couple bulk posts. There was some Carmines, there was some University Blues. I bought a lot of other random mids that I sold online, and all those shoes sold pretty fast, made a good profit on them. And then towards that end of that week and the last 2 weeks I've been absent, as you guys know, cryptocurrency was kind of pumping really high again like last week, and I kind of sold it off the top of the market and sold most things, but then there was something that dropped that I held on to. But I kind of sold most of it before like the big crash. I know there was like kind of two waves. It dropped like 20% the first day, then like another 20% for most things, which is pretty hard to see because it took a lot of time to build its way up there, and a lot of cryptos lost a huge amount of support for their price points. But I still made my money, so I'm not gonna complain. You're not gonna be able to maximize profits on anything because it's kind of impossible to time the market with these things. So you want to take money in and take money out while you can, and just don't focus on what you messed up on, and focus on like the victory that you got. That you still made money, so it's still a good thing. Another thing I've been doing is I've kind of just been selling these V-Loan tees, which is kind of another business venture. I buy V-Loan tees off a guy for bulk, and he sells it to me for a pretty good price, kind of around like $50. And then I go online and I sell it, and they sell for like $70, $80 around that area. And you can sell these on around eBay or like Grailed, or maybe like OfferUp. If you guys sell there, you can make your own dropshipping website and sell them here. You can sell them on Instagram. You can basically sell these t-shirts anywhere. Now I know V-Loan isn't the most popular brand and most everyone's favorite brand, but a lot of people do like it, and it's something that people will buy if they find it for a good price, which is basically this one, because some V-Loan tees go for like $150, $200, whereas these ones, they're going for under $100 for people who want to get into the brand. Probably want to choose some tees like this, which I do have a couple left. Let me just show you. I have a black and a white one, and I have both of these colors in a small and a medium. So if you guys want to cop any of them, make sure you let me know. Just DM me in my Instagram, WC_hype. And obviously, I read every single DM. It's my business account. So if you guys see me, DM me there. I'll be a lot faster than responding to my Snack God account. I'll sell them to you guys for around $70 each if you guys want to wear them. I don't know if you guys want to sell them to someone else for more. You guys can do that. Whatever you guys want is the case. I'm just trying to get rid of these tees. I have about like 6 more, so like around 3 of each color. And I remember I have at least one small and one medium of each color. So let me know. Alright, now let's get into the main point of this video, is what I think about candy selling in 2021 right now, and it's coming back to the school year next year. You guys are probably wondering, is it worth my time to go buy candy and go sell it back at school? Here's my answer, and it's not as broad as you may think. I'm going to go into very specific details because it's not just a yes or no answer, actually. It's going to be a little bit more of you hear what you think and then now you decide. Alright, so my opinion on candy selling at school right now. So a lot of kids are actually returning back to school in person because COVID is not as serious as it once was. Vaccinations are happening more and more every day. Cases are not as common now, and people are required to get a COVID test before returning back to school. But that doesn't mean that it's going to automatically bring back candy selling to the point it once was, right? Just because things are a little bit more normal, it doesn't mean everything should be following the same route. Candy selling requires on multiple factors, all right? So the first factor of candy selling is population, all right? Just like selling cars, selling houses, the more people you see, the more people that see it, the more people that you advertise it to, the more doors you knock on, the more ads you put up, the more likely something is to sell. Now, with COVID coming in, I know schools are running at around 50% population, 50% capacity, and that kind of cuts down their audience about 50%. Like your whole school, it's half of that now. So you're not even able to sell to half the amount of people that used to go to your school because they're at home sitting at their computer on Zoom. Now you have to think about that in mind. That's one factor, all right? The second factor that candy selling is based on is a reputation. You probably lost a lot of reputation that you've built up over the last 2-3 years, 1 year of high school. If you've been gone for this long, like 1 year and a half, it's basically COVID's been around for like a year and a half now almost. And if you haven't been selling candy at school, like some schools lasted open longer, but people are going to forget that you were the kid who sold candy. People are going to not remember that you were the guy who sold candy. And people go through a lot of changes when they're in COVID, right? Some people go healthy lifestyle. Some people make money and focus on spending money. Some of those kids that had bad habits of buying snacks from you guys, right? Spending every single dollar every day on some unhealthy junk food may have developed out of those habits. And you're going to have to find new customers, new people that you haven't sold to before and get them to be loyal buyers. And that takes time to build up. That makes it not as worth it if you're already previously selling candy. And you should probably do something else if you don't think it's worth your time. Now, this is probably the most important, the third factor. Now, so the first one is basically population size, how many people you're going to try to approach and sell to. Number two is how your reputation may be affected from not selling candy. And number three, this is actually very, very important because even though you have less people to approach to, you're probably going to have trouble even approaching people because of COVID regulations at your school. You're going to be having to stay 6 feet apart from people, stay spread out throughout the school. I know my school, they do something where they have like different sections where different grades have to stay in certain areas, making it very, very hard to even make a couple of sales because there's very few people at school already, and they're separating all 4 grades. So that's like dividing the population by 4 or even more. And that makes it super hard to get sales, right? Like, how are you supposed to get sales? You cut away your customers and you can't even talk to them. So one of the main things I was using to make money back then was I walk up to a group of people. Yeah, do you guys want to buy any candy today? Let me know what you guys are interested in. Are you guys interested in buying any snacks? Let me know what you guys want. I got some chips. Come here, check it out, right? You walk up to them, you ask them what they want to buy. You ask them if they want to buy. But you can't even walk up close to them to show them the stuff because you got to stay 6 feet. And there's going to be like staff on campus monitoring you, making sure you're like staying safe. Because if anything happens, it's kind of on their fault. If COVID spreads out in their school and a couple students come home with COVID, that's on the school, not like enforcing the regulations and the rules enough. They're gonna blame the school, and the school gonna have to deal with some troubles. Right? They don't want that, so they're gonna force you anything they can to get you to stay away from other people. Which I don't even see the point of going back to school. Right? Like, why are you going to school if you're staying away from people? You could just be in the comfort of your own home and still do the same thing. Like, does it really matter that much? Because I think you just do the same works anyways, right? Writing the essays, writing the tests. So I don't really know what the point of going back is, but these 3 main factors play a major role in deciding if you want to sell candy or not again in 2021, continuing down whenever the pandemic may be over. Okay, now to be honest, you could look at it from a different standpoint though. However, if you're not just trying to sell to make the most money possible, I know a lot of you guys, including me, like to sell candy just for fun, which is why I did it at the start. I enjoyed it, even though I made like barely any money. First few months of selling it, I was making nothing, but I really liked the experience of learning how to sell candy and socializing with people and just communicating, giving customers, good deals, right? I like that experience. So if you're purely just trying to sell candy for the sake of enjoying your last final years of high school, go ahead and do it because you know what? You don't get it forever. So, you're not going to be always selling candy for the rest of your life. Hopefully not, because that's not, those are not like big goals that most people want. But if it is, you know what? You do you. Anyways, like I said, there's 2 ways to look at it. You want to either make the most money possible, and if you don't think it's worth your time to make money because that's just what you want to focus on, that's completely fine. I get it. It probably isn't worth it now, in my opinion, but to some people, it may be worth it because they like the experience of selling candy. They want to go through the last years of high school, being the candy seller and getting some entrepreneur experience, which is pretty useful, I'm going to say myself, because it's helped me a lot. And those are the 2 things you should mainly look at. Like, what do you care most about it in candy selling? Do you care about maximizing profits, or do you care about just learning stuff from candy selling? Because obviously, you don't need to invest a lot of money into it. If you don't really care about it, I would say put aside a little bit amount of your money. Maybe like if you have $1,000, you may have $1,000 in high school. I know a lot of people do and a lot of people don't. Maybe put $100 towards a restock, buy a little bit of candy and variety, bring it to school and see how it does. If it's $100, you lose it. Well, you're in high school. $900 is still enough for you to do what you need to do. I'm assuming you're not going to have to pay bills in high school. You don't have, car rental to pay and stuff like that, unless you're balling out really hard. But for what you are in high school, I'm pretty sure most of your parents will provide the daily essentials to survive. All right, guys? So that is kind of my explanation of selling candy in 2021. Feel free to let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Like I said, there's many different ways to approach this, many angles to think about it. And this is only 2 of them. I'm sure there's more ways to think about, but I haven't mentioned them in this video yet. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm going to start uploading more consistently. Like I said, guys, got the license, so I'm going to start riding around now, doing more meetups and going to more places that are not just my bedroom. And I'll leave it to that. So hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys want more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.